Just 2 weeks after committing to the West Virginia Mountaineers, former Baylor Bears wide receiver Jaylen Ellis decided to decommit from West Virginia and commit to Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. With that being said, who does West Virginia find to replace Jaylen Ellis? Do they go into the portal and find another guy? I think they will, maybe even 2 more guys. Well, I've got a list of guys that I think West Virginia either is or should go after in the portal that I think would be good potential replacements for Jaylen Ellis. So pull up a chair, sit back, relax, and let's talk about it. What is up, college sports fans, Big 12 fans, and fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? This is Couz. Pull that chair up and let me serve you up another shot of top-shelf college football content. On tap today, we are once again talking about West Virginia Mountaineers football. We're talking about recruiting and more specifically the transfer portal. That's right, Jaylen Ellis, just 2 weeks after committing to West Virginia, has already decommitted and decided to attend Colorado. Now, speculation out there suggests that NIL money played a role in his decision. And you know what? That's okay. NIL money is now part of today's landscape in college athletics. It's something we all have to live with. There have been times West Virginia has gotten players, whether it be basketball or football, because of NIL money. So, the transfer portal taketh away, but it can also giveth. Now, I've got a list of 4 guys, 4 wide receivers that are in the portal that have yet to commit anywhere, at least as of the time of this video, that I think would be good candidates to replace Jaylen Ellis. Now, a couple of these guys have already received offers from West Virginia. One has actually already come on a visit. One, I think, has West Virginia has shown interest in at least, and then the fourth one is somebody I'm not sure about, but I think if West Virginia hasn't shown interest, they definitely should. So let's start with Zachary Franklin. Zachary Franklin is a grad transfer wide receiver from UTSA. He's played 4 years for the Roadrunner program over there. He's a 4-star transfer, according to On3.com. He's 6'1" tall, 180 pounds. In the 2022 season, he caught 94 passes for 1,136 yards and 15 touchdowns, an average of 12.1 yards per reception. For his career at UTSA, he holds UTSA all-time records with 262 receptions, the all-time record for 3,348 career receiving yards, and the all-time career record in receiving touchdowns with 37. So all 3 of those categories, he holds the record at UTSA. He's been an all-conference selection 2 years in a row in the Conference USA. So he will leave UTSA as the most prolific receiver in the history of the program. He's a very, very productive guy. And he did it at a really good production against our Power 5 opponents, too. So don't just think he done this against weaker competition, because if you go back and look at his numbers against the Power 5 teams they played, he did really, really good. And he made some really good catches. The guy's got really good hands. Now, according to NFLDraftBuzz.com, Franklin projects to be a 6th-round draft pick in the 2024 draft. He runs a 4.4940 according to the site. Now, that's not blazing fast for a wide receiver, but it's fast enough. And if he's on the right team with the right quarterback and in the right system, and they use him the right way, he could be a really good receiver. NFLDraftBuzz.com talked about how he does a great job running across the middle. He's not afraid to catch the ball in traffic and has good enough hands to do so. He does a really good job fighting through press man coverage and using his hands. He can catch the ball well in traffic. Like I mentioned, he can go up and high point the football if he has to. And he could actually be a kick returner at the next level and potentially even at the Power 5 level for West Virginia because, according to NFL Draft Buzz, he has really good open field vision, and that would allow him to be a good kick returner. Next on the list, Keon Coleman, Michigan State. Keon Coleman, another superstar receiver at Michigan State. He's a 6'4", 215-pound guy, so a big guy at wide receiver spot. He has 2 years of eligibility remaining after playing 2 years for the Spartans there. Now, since entering the portal just a few days ago, he has heard from 59 schools. That's right, 59 schools across the country are interested in this young man, and here's just a few of them. Tennessee, Michigan, Oklahoma, Georgia, Miami, Colorado, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, Pitt, LSU, USC, Nebraska, and et cetera. And obviously, West Virginia's on that list. Now, in 2022, Coleman caught 58 passes for 798 yards and 7 touchdowns, an average of 13.8 yards per catch. He is listed as a 4-star transfer recruit and was also a 4-star recruit out of high school as well before committing to the Spartans. College Football Film Room named him the 2nd most reliable pass catcher in the Big Ten in 2022. He shows great body control when going up for balls, which makes him really good at catching underthrown balls. A couple times on the films I watched, he was able to go back on really poor throws a couple times, but he was able to go back and make the catch and bail his quarterback out. And he's also really good at high pointing the football, has really good hands, and uses his hands well. And I recommend you go watch film on all these receivers that I'm talking about here in this after the video is done. The next one on the list, Montana Lamonius Craig. Try saying that 3 times real fast. Montana Lamonius Craig, ironically from Colorado. Wouldn't it be something if we just traded guys here? But Montana Lamonius Craig is also another receiver that's getting a lot of attention from programs all across the country. He's 6'2" tall, 185 pounds. In the 2022 season, for a really bad Colorado team, he caught 23 balls for 359 yards and 3 touchdowns, an average of 15.6 yards per completion. What really got the attention of a lot of these programs is how well he played in Colorado's spring game just before entering the portal. He really showed out in that game and was really the best player on the field. He had over 100 yards receiving in that game from quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Now, On3 has him landing at Auburn with Coach Hugh Freeze. They have like an 80-some% chance of him landing at Auburn. So Auburn seems to be the favorite in the clubhouse right now to land this young man. And he should have 2 years of eligibility remaining after spending 2 years with the Buffaloes program there in Boulder. Now, the last one on my list is probably my favorite and the one I think West Virginia has the best chance of landing, and that's Jaquay Jackson from the University of California in Pennsylvania. Now, if you haven't heard of them, it's because they're a Division II school. And I know what a lot of you are thinking, man, we can't afford these low-level transfers, and I get that, and that is a concern. It's a legit concern, but this young man is really, really talented. When you look at Jaquay Jackson, he's 6'3", first of all, so he has good height. Now, he's only 175 pounds, so he might have to put a little bit of weight on to play at Power 5 level. But when you look at this offer list, and it'll tell you how good he is. And this is just a few of them. Texas A&M, Pitt, North Carolina State, Georgia Tech, Colorado, Michigan State, Cincinnati, and many others. Now, he has actually already visited West Virginia, so they are on his list. On3 has him with an 8.8% chance of signing with Pitt and a 7.7% chance of signing with West Virginia. So as you can see, based on those low percentages, On3 is not real confident in either of those picks. So it seems to be that On3 is not real sure who he's going to pick. They do think Pitt and West Virginia have the best chances, but they're not real confident in that. Now, in the 2022 season for Cal PA, he caught 77 passes for 1,178 yards and 13 touchdowns, averaged 15.3 yards per completion. He was an All-American for Cal PA there at the Division II level. He has 1 year of eligibility remaining, so he will be coming in as a grad transfer. Now, when I watch film on this young man, a few things that caught my eye. Number one, he's a really good route runner. He really moves his hips quick and is really quick with his feet. Also, he's quick off the line of scrimmage, and he's so quick that DBs, even if they're playing man coverage, a lot of times they're not able to get their hands on him because he's so quick he can get by them and get into his route before they get a chance to knock him off. Now, obviously that's at the Division II level. It's not going to be as easy at the Power 5 level. I get that, but I do think he has the physical ability to play at the Power 5 level, and he's so athletic. I don't see him adjusting to that level being an issue. He also has really good hands, can catch the ball in traffic, and has good speed and quickness, like I mentioned earlier. So I really like Jaquay Jackson, despite the fact that he's from a Division II school. I think he's really, really talented. The best one on the list, in my opinion, probably be Keon Coleman, but I just feel like West Virginia's got a slim chance of getting him. There's so many other schools after that young man coming in from another Power 5 school. He's probably going to have a large amount of NIL money thrown his way. And then you add in the fact that really, when you look at Coleman, to me, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Devin Carter, who West Virginia has already gotten out of the portal from North Carolina State. I think those guys are similar body types. They're similar styles of receiver. And I'd like to see us get a guy who's a little bit more twitchy. And so, again, I think Jaquay Jackson kind of fits the mold really of more what West Virginia needs from the next receiver they bring in out of the portal. So let me know, Couz's Corner family and Mountaineer Nation, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section which one of these receivers would you like West Virginia to land out of the portal? Or, heck, would you just like to have any of them? Are they all good enough for you? I'd like to hear your opinion. Or is there another receiver out there that I haven't mentioned that you can think of that you would like for West Virginia to go get? A lot of the big-time receivers in the portal have already committed to other schools. But I want to hear your thoughts on these young men. There are several ways you can help me here financially, guys. You can check out my merch store right now, May 6th through May 11th. You get 15% off all items in my merch store. That includes T-shirts, hoodies, ball caps, tank tops, coffee mugs. I've got several different designs to choose from. I've got the ones up on the screen. I've got others as well. Down below, you'll see links to it. All you have to do is click on one of those photos below this video. It'll take you right into my merch store. You can go check out my friends over at Blue Ridge Coffee Crafters. Get you a bag of delicious Blue Ridge Coffee Crafters coffee. Use the link in my description box or go to BlueRidgeCoffeeCrafters.com and type Couz's, Couz', at checkout. Let them know you found out about it right here on my channel. You can hit the heart thanks button below, which is to make a one-time donation, and leave a comment along with that donation if you want. And last but not least, if you want to support me absolutely 100% free, there are 4 ways you can do it. You can like the video by hitting the thumbs up button. You can share it out with your friends. Drop the comment below like I mentioned earlier. And last but not least, subscribe to my channel. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell, because that will alert you of future videos and future live streams I will do going forward. With that being said, I really appreciate you tuning into this episode. And until the next one, Q Country Roads.